Okay, Deb.
Okay, before we start the meeting, I'd like to say we will not be live streaming this meeting. Evidently there's something wrong with my camera, so I'm not able to get any audio or video out of it. So just let everybody know that once the meeting is over, I'll upload it to YouTube off the tape recorder. Thanks.
Yeah, let me, hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. It was a quick space. Oh, yeah. Are you all set? Yeah, okay, all right. Good evening, everybody. It is
Oh, 7:04. We're going to go ahead and start our meeting. If everyone can go ahead and stand, we'll have a moment of silence and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Okay, is there anybody taping besides Val Stratton? Okay, and again, if you just came in, Vince is having some difficulties with the cameras, so he's going to tape it and then it'll be put on the YouTube. Okay? The other thing I want to mention to everybody, and Jim gave me permission to do so, if you can please keep Jim in your prayers. He was on his way to the hospital today, and he was going to be admitted. That's why he's not here tonight. So please keep him and his family in your prayers. So if, on a side note, if anybody has any questions regarding their HOAs or things like that, and you can make an appointment with Linda, and she'll meet you at the admin office. And do you want to give out your phone number?
270-519-4047.
So if anyone has any questions and needs to meet, you were going to meet with Jim, you can meet with Linda. Okay? So first thing on the agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes from the Board of Directors meeting of February 21st, 2024. They were corrected minutes for that meeting. And also the approval of the corrected minutes for the meeting on March 26, 2024. Do I have a second to approve that? Second. Do I have any discussions on it? Catherine? Millie? No? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Unanimous. Also, the approval of the minutes of the Board of Directors meeting for April 10, 2024. They actually looked all in order, wouldn't you say? Okay. Do I have a second for the approval of the minutes for April 10th? Leo. Do I have any discussion on it? No? All in favor? Aye. Unanimous? Okay. Leo, did you want to read the letter from Nancy regarding the yard sale? There's a couple letters. Nancy, where are you? Oh, right there. You have three letters in here. Let me just ask, Nancy had put in something else for that. Was this a correction to? Okay, so it's a correction. Okay, we'll read these original first, and then if you want to get up and state your corrections to them. Okay, all right. Leo, did you want to go ahead and read those letters?
Microphone, Leo.
Leo, your mic. Or do you want to read? And just to let you know, Jim is being a very bad patient right now. He is telling me the YouTube is not working. So I'm just going to go ahead and reply to him. I have, yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Letter of April 5th, 2024. Regarding community yard sale. The BCPO Board of Directors. You gotta bear with me, had teeth removed. A lot of fun. we, the Yard Sale Committee, would like to request that the community host a yard sale Saturday, May 15, 2025, March 15, I'm sorry, from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be held at the clubhouse inside the South Hall, with the option to use the North Hall. This yard sale is for Brookridge residents only. It will require no overtime hours or schedule adjustments of the clubhouse staff. We will require Friday night setup after bingo, taken down. Then on Saturday, we'll need breakdown following the event. Primary contact, of course, is Nancy LaChiara. Yard Sale Committee thanks you for consideration of our request. Nancy LaChiara. Make a motion for the community yard sale on March 15, 2025 from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the clubhouse.
Is there a second?
I second.
Second. All in favor? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hey, Richard, hold on.
Richard, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. We usually have him on YouTube, so we are finding new ways to work around things. And Richard, you know the camera's not working.
Yeah, I got your text, and I've let these other people that are texting right now know that the camera is out of service, and they're not happy about it. Of course, I just texted you back their names. Jerry Kraft, Kenny Brown, Anthony Landone, I guess, Evelyn Cassidy.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, he's having a lot of camera problems tonight, and it will be up on YouTube afterwards. But everyone can hear you, I can hear you. So right now, just to bring you up to date, Leo is reading some letters regarding the community yard sale, okay?
Now, what do you want me to tell these people that it's not going to be on YouTube tonight?
It's going to be on, the camera is not working, so it will be put up on YouTube after the meeting.
He shouldn't be waiting around anymore then.
Right. Yeah.
I'll let them know that.
Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Sorry, everybody. It's technology, I guess. Okay. Any discussion?
I just was wondering, is this yard sale, it's an annual, I would think, for the spring.
Right.
Is it always done Brookridge residents only?
Yes,
It is,
the spring one, the yard sale.
okay. Yeah.
Use your
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I just wanted to find out whether or not it was a yearly event, and if it was always just Brookridge residents only. That was my question. And I was told it is, so now I'm all set.
Okay. Okay, all in favor of the yard sale for Saturday, March 15, 2025 from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m.? All in favor? Aye. Richard, do you have a vote on that?
I didn't hear it very well. What was the exact nature of?
It is for the community yard sale for March 15, 2025 from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
I'm for that. That's a yes.
Yes, okay. So that's a unanimous then. okay? Leo, do you want to read the other one from Nancy? She's getting everything in at one time. It's the next one, Leo. The October one.
Community yard sale. The BCPO Board of Directors. We, the Yard Sale Committee, would like to request that the community host a yard sale Saturday, October 18, 2025, from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be held at the clubhouse inside the South Hall, with the option to use the North Hall. This yard sale is for Brookridge residents only. It will require no overtime hours or schedule adjustments of the clubhouse staff. We will require Friday night setup and bingo takedown. Then on Saturday, we'll need breakdown following the event. Primary contact is Nancy LaChiara. The Yard Sale Committee thanks you for your consideration of our request. Nancy LaChiara. I make a motion for the community yard sale on Saturday, October 18, 2025, from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the clubhouse.
Do I have a second? Do I have a discussion? No. All in favor? Aye. Richard? This was for, yeah?
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you well at all.
Okay. This is for the second, this is for the yard sale for October 18, 2025 from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the clubhouse in the South Hall. Okay, so it's a yes for Richard. Thank you. All in favor? Everyone unanimous? Okay. This is going to be a long meeting.
Next one.
Oh, thank you.
Regarding Community Craft Show. The BCPO Board of Directors, we, the Craft Show Committee, would like to request that the community host a craft show Saturday, November 15, 2025, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event will be held at the clubhouse inside the South Hall. This event is for all residents and 6 outside vendors. It will require no overtime hours or schedule adjustments of the clubhouse staff. We will require Friday night setup after bingo takedown, resident setup Friday night, and vendor setup Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Then on Saturday, we'll need breakdown following the event. Primary contact, of course, is Nancy LaChiara. The Craft Show Committee thanks you for consideration of our request. Nancy LaChiara. Make a motion for the community craft sale for all residents and 6 outside vendors on Saturday, November 15, 2025, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the clubhouse.
Do I have a second? Do I have a discussion?
Yes.
The only thing I know in the past we've had our community craft shows, it states for residents and 6 outside vendors, but do outsiders come in too for that community event? Okay, just want to clarify this because it just says for all residents and 6 outside vendors, but it doesn't say anything about outsiders coming in. That's my only question. Nancy? Nancy's here. Nancy, is it for the community though? The community craft show? Outside people? Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure because it just says residents. This way there's no confusion. Well, wait a minute, it says residents and everybody else is coming in. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, well, I just put residents on because the yard sale is, the yard sale,
Nancy, hold on.
Just explain it, the yard sale. I know you know. Okay, there we go. Okay. The yard sale, we only have the residents bring their stuff in, but the outside people can come and shop also, okay? And I think that's what he was asking, somebody was asking. Yeah, that's for the yard sale, okay? Debbie, can I go ahead and just do the other stuff?
No, this one's the
Madam President?
community craft show.
Okay, the
Madam
craft
President,
show,
Before we go further, if people from the outside are going to be invited in, it has to be part of the motion.
this was voted on already.
No, but they didn't say outside.
Oh.
Well, outside is just
Oh,
want to make sure the
okay.
motion is right. Yes.
All right, do you want to say what, you, right, and then we can
Okay,
read.
yeah, okay. The sale dates and everything are fine. When I put the time in, I just put the time in. I didn't separate the setup time from the sale time. So I need to change those hours, well, not the hours, but so people would know. So on October the 19th of 2024, okay, you have, oh, you guys each have a paper up there that I've given to you. For this year, we're gonna go through this year, okay? So the setup for this year is October 19th, and it's, the setup time is at 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. The reason why is because I've had some yard people say an hour is not enough for them to set up. And I said, okay. So we're gonna have the sale from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., okay? So then on the craft show on November 16th of this year, same thing. The setup will only be from 7 to 8 because the crafters don't need this much hours. And the sale will be from 8 to 1. Okay, now we go into 2025. Okay, it's the same thing. The setup will be at 7 o'clock to 9 a.m. The sale will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay. And then October 18th, the yard sale, the same thing, 7 o'clock setup to 9 o'clock. Yes?
Yes, Nancy, will they be selling tables?
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Okay, thank you.
And then, so the setup for October 18th is 7 to 9. The sale is from 9 to 1. Okay? And the craft show, the setup was from 7 to 8. And the sale is from 8 to 1. That's the changes. I just kind of like put it all in together and did separate it. Okay. Yes, there are outside residents. When you buy a table, the table sales start a month before the yard sale. Okay, we'll do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We will not be taking no donations this year. Okay. Unfortunately, we took more to the Goodwill in Jericho than we sold, so it just is not worth it. Okay. So that's what's going on for this year and next year. Okay. So I just had to get all the time changes so that everybody would know.
Stipulate about the residents, vendors only, residents, that outsiders can come in.
Yes. Last, whenever it was when we approved this for the vendors, I think it was last year that we approved it, that we could invite 6 outside vendors. Just only 6, no more, okay? Just to try it out to see, but the whole community, the whole state of Florida is invited to come to it, to shop, okay?
Okay, then we're going to have to change the wording on this.
Okay.
we'll have to amend it to state that it's for all residents and outside visitors.
Oh, okay.
Because right now it just says residents and 6 outside vendors. This way, everything's done, you know,
Okay.
properly.
Okay. Yeah, oh, that's
Okay,
fine.
we'll do, that's okay, Nancy.
Yeah. And see, I think that was it, that I had to change and everything. So I thank you, and anyone that wants to come out, yes?
I have a question. I guess the biggest complaint people have is some people come, I'm using you an example. She comes at 6, I come at 6.
We can't hear you.
Okay.
Come up, hon.
You gotta go up there and say.
But the biggest complaint we had is, DDV Love 3. The biggest complaint people have is people come and then they leave at 9 o'clock because either they're tired of sitting there or they don't want to sit there. And I think if they do that, then they should not be allowed to come back.
To answer this question, yes, we did have a problem with that, and it will not be allowed this year. They will be signing papers stating that they will stay till its closing. And if they don't stay, they will not be allowed to come back. Okay? Anything else? Yeah, we do know we had that problem last year with it, you know.
So the updated amended motion should state, I make a motion for the community craft for all residents and 6 outside vendors and all visitors on Saturday, November 15, 2025, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the clubhouse.
No, the setup is from 7 to 8. The setup is 7 to 8, the sale is
From 9 to 1. And then they can break down from 1 to 2.
What date is that again?
November 15th.
That's set up at night,
Yes.
after bingo.
After bingo. Yes.
And the sale's on 16th.
And the sales on, well, she's got 50.
No, the setup is on the 16th or the 15th at night, after bingo's done.
25.
Next year.
Oh,
25.
Not 24. We're a year ahead of you. Okay, so that has to change to read motion.
we were at 25.
Community craft sale for all residents and 6 outside vendors and all guests, visitors from the community on Saturday, November 15, 2025, set up from 7 to 8?
Yes.
Okay, and then the sale starts at 8 and goes to 1, and then they can break down from 1 to 2.
Right.
Oh, all right, yes, in the clubhouse.
Right, in the clubhouse.
Here we go.
But that's got to change for the garage sale too.
Right.
The garage sale has to be.
Well, we only can do one motion at a time.
Yeah, all 3 of them will have to be amended.
Okay. So I need a second. So we need a.
Do we have a second? Any discussion? Second? Discussion? None? All in favor?
Aye.
Richard?
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a quick synopsis.
Okay. Do you want me? We're okay with what we have for the yard sale. We're okay. Do you want to? We're okay with the yard sale. Is that okay with you, Richard? Okay. Okay. We're gonna move on. Okay.
Okay, so.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Okay. Okay, so I make a motion for the community yard sale on Saturday, October 18th, 2025. Set up from 7 to 9. Is that correct? Okay, and then the sale from 9 to 1 in the clubhouse.
I just have a question. Are we allowing outside people to all three of these?
No.
Like, if I wanted to ask my friend from church, could I ask her? To come to all three of them, any of them?
Everything is open to the public.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I think where the confusion is too. So we want to allow Brookridge residents, vendors to the craft show, and outside guests to all three of these events, correct? Right, the whole state of Florida, right. We don't want to leave Georgia out, so we'll ask them too. Okay, yes ma'am.
Okay, the only ones that can sell will be the craft show, but they, 5 people. But as of shopping,
Right. If my friend Maria, who loves yard sales, wants to come, she can certainly come. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
So buyers beware. I make a motion for the community yard sale that all Florida is invited to come. Only Brookridge residents can sell. On Saturday, October 18, 2025, from 8, setup is from 7 to 8. The yard sale is from 8 to 1. 9 to 1, excuse me, 9 to 1, in the clubhouse.
we're not talking about the yard sale?
No, I'm talking about the yard sale.
Okay. What, in March of 25?
2025.
Right, October 18, 2025.
Setup is from 7 to 9.
And then it's 9 to 1.
Right.
Okay,
You said.
all right, so I'm okay? Okay.
Do we have a second? Second. Do we have a discussion? No. No. Quiet, everybody. All in favor? Aye. Unanimous. Ooh.
We're having it. Okay, now we have to do the first one? Yes.
Okay, so I will make a motion for the community yard sale on March 15, 2025, which includes all of Florida and anybody else that's here that wants to come, to buy, and only Brookridge residents to sell on March 15, 2025, set up from 7 to 9, and the sale is from 9 to 1 in the clubhouse.
Right.
Any discussion? No. No, let's keep it going. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay, unanimous. Oh my Lord, that was painful. Not you, Catherine, but.
Can I ask a question?
No. Oh, no.
Nancy, question for you. With any of these yard sales, will you be selling any tables for outside sales?
Oh, well, I said that.
I'm talking about putting a table outside of the clubhouse, not someone that's going to come in from the outside to buy a table.
We can if you help us with that.
That's a yes.
So that's a yes.
Yeah, if you want.
So you'll be able to sell tables outside of the clubhouse.
Sure.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Or just the yard.
Just for the yard sale and all that stuff, then, if you want to have tables outside the clubhouse, not for outside people to come in and buy it.
Just for residents here.
Just one, okay, good,
They
okay.
have big things. If you help me, okay? Okay.
Yeah, we'll help you.
Well, okay, thank you.
Well, good evening, everybody, again. This is certainly a little learning curve here, technology at its best, but we're working our way through it. Wanted to give a few updates on some things. First off, our audit, we had received an email on May 15th that they are towards the very end of the audit and should have some stuff over to Arlene here probably shortly, I'm thinking. The other thing I wanted to mention was Fleetway. I know, yes, I've got some calls this week on it. Aaron, the new owner of Fleetway, has filed what they call a writ of possession, and that was filed on Monday. I will tell you, he filed it, his lawyer went on his behalf and filed it last week at the courthouse. The clerk of the court lost the paperwork, and they had to re-find the paperwork. The other holdup, as you know, is the county had been hacked. They want to call it an interruption, but I can tell you that things are still not right. So for a whole month they couldn't hear some, file and things like that. So it is filed. So what happens after this? People want to know. So he gets a date. He goes in front of the judge. The judge gives him the writ of possession because he's the legal owner of the property. And then 10 days, the judge usually issues for 10 days. They come out just like if you were a renter and you were renting somebody's house and you didn't pay and you were being evicted. It's treated as an eviction. And they will come and they will evict her. I had several conversations with the sheriff regarding having her trespass because our roads are private and they're not public. They would not do it. And they were intense conversations on the phone, and they would not do it. I have explained to Aaron, the new owner of Fleetway, that there is disturbances going on. He understands that. He would have his people over there cutting and lawn, and, cutting the grass, and at least to start something like that, but he felt that it was unsafe for his folks to go over on the property. So his lawyer, who is advising him, said it's best to go get this writ and then come out with the sheriff and do it that way, the legal way. So that's where we are on that. Oh, have no idea. So that's where we are on that. The other thing is I will just say this, please again, make sure you're thinking about Jim and his family and Kathy. We expect that he will be home Saturday from the hospital at this point. We're not too sure. So we had some information we needed from him, but he's not feeling well. The other thing I wanted to make a mention of, and I'm just going to ask this nicely of everybody, and is if you can please not call me at my place of employment. It's very rude and it's very disrespectful. I'm available at all times. I'm available on Thursdays, face-to-face, all day on Fridays, face-to-face. At night, I see people in the office. But to call me at my place of employment is rude and disrespectful. So please, don't do that. And I don't do that to you. So with that said, I don't have anything else. The audit is the biggest thing that we're waiting for at this time so that we can share it with everybody here. And I think that's all I have. And of course, Jim had his stuff, and I know because he's not being a good patient, he was waiting to get on YouTube. And I don't think his phone is working well in the hospital. So maybe he'll be a good patient now. So with that said, we'll move on. And we have the appointment of 2 new AVRC committee members. Mary Story, I know you're here sitting in the front row. And is Derek Hudson here? Oh, there you are, way over there. You will come on up, and Millie will do the honors to swear you in. Don't forget your microphone.
Then we don't forget to do the motion second, and then you can swear.
Right, okay. Right, so if you guys, no, go, you're not getting away. Yeah, but, so we can be ready. So. No, you need to go over there. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna read it out for you. Okay, I'm gonna read this here for you, okay?
That yard sale got me a little confused.
I think it did all of us. So, the AVRC Review Committee has 2 applicants were received and reviewed by the AVRC committee, and 2 applicants were chosen. The approved 2 applicants are Mary Story and Derek Hudson for the AVRC committee. I make a motion to appoint Mary Story and Derek Hudson to the AVRC committee. Do I have a second? A second? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Unanimous? Okay.
Do I do these one at a time?
No, just do them.
Okay.
Oh, and Richard?
That's Richard.
Okay, he's a yes. We're good. Okay.
Okay, will you please raise your right hand? Not you, Richard. Okay, here we go. Do you solemnly promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been appointed to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the governing documents of Brookridge Community Property Owners Incorporated? I do. That you will, in all your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of the citizens of Brookridge and the welfare of its membership. I do. Do you swear? You can lower your hand now. I do. Yes. By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you as duly appointed to the AVRC and officially installed into the office. Congratulations. Good to have you aboard. Thank you. What else? Oh. Okay. We're good.
Congratulations and thank you for volunteering very much. Thank you, Mary, thank you. The next thing on the agenda is unit representatives. As per the Brookridge Rules and Regulations, C, Roles and Responsibilities, Section 9, Unit Representatives. The unit representatives are an elected and appointed group of members whose purpose is to assist the board with communications and special projects, promote improvements in community pride, and serve as a voting clerk as necessary. There are currently 2 vacancies for the position of unit rep, and we've received a resume attached from Terry Main to fill one of the vacancies. Is Terry here? Oh, right there, okay. So I make a motion to appoint Terry Main as a unit rep. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry, discussion? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Richard? Aye. Thank you. Okay, unanimous. And Terry, you want to come on up so we can swear you in? It's just exercise. No, I'm only kidding. We should.
Okay, Terry, here we go. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been appointed to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the governing documents of Brookridge Community Property Owners Incorporated? That you will, in all your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of the citizens of Brookridge and the welfare of its membership. Do you swear? You said I do. Okay. By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do here proclaim you as duly appointed as a unit rep and officially installed into the office. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
Can I just say something real quick? And Ms. Trudy, this question is for you. I believe there are more openings, is that correct? Okay. All right, so if anybody is interested, there are openings for the unit reps. They can just submit a application resume to the admin office. Thank you.
Next thing on the agenda is the cameras at the RV compound. Cameras, DVRs at the RV campground are not working properly. Access is not possible due to outdated equipment and software. Recommendations to move forward and approve the quote from Linus Security. Proposed motion. I make a motion that we go forward and approve the quote from Linus Security to upgrade cameras and DVRs at the RV compound for $2,550.68. Do I have a second? Any discussion?
I have some questions. Shouldn't, if Linus Security, is that who we have that does this all the time? Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I just was wondering, is it Linus Security that does the cameras, DVRs, and RVs in the park anyway?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They're the only ones.
They're the only ones? Perfect, thank you.
Just in case you didn't hear, they're the only ones, Linus Security, that does the guardhouse, and they do all the cameras. So we're trying to keep it all the same for continuity. Yeah?
It says customer to run new Siamese RB59 cable. Have we done that? Do we have that cable? And did we already run it?
I've got loads of cable at the shop, so I'll be running that after we're done paving.
Because that cable is going to have to be run before they install the stuff. We're not installing it, correct?
Correct. And I don't know if you heard, but Vince just said that he has the cable. He's going to run the cable as soon as all the paving is done, before we have any of this work done.
Otherwise, if they can't set it up, if that cable isn't run first, then, I don't want this approved until we know that, that cable's going to be set up and then it's going to, get put together all at once.
Right. He can't put the cable in. We're not going to have the work done until the cable's put in, which is after the paving, because there's still, they're still paving.
So we're putting the cart before the horse in a sense. We're going to approve this before we have the infrastructure set up for it.
No, because we have to at least get this approved. If not, it won't go on until next month's agenda, and then we'll have an unsecure compound.
Let him know that I've got plenty of cable. This whole building is full of it, right? And I've got plenty of brand new cable that I feed out there. Let him know that we have plenty of cable at the shop. Okay, there's like I have three and a half spools. That this Siamese cable is the cable that we ran all the other cameras here, and reason for the Siamese cable is that it's thicker cable, okay? The wiring is thicker, the power wires are a lot thicker than a regular USB cable that I've already got. So these, and it's already 5 of the 8 cameras that are going to be put in already have Siamese ran out to it already.
Okay, so it's my understanding, Vince, that you're going to wait for the paving to be completed, then you're going to run the cable, and then they're going to do all of this other work for the computers, for the updates, the DVRs, the security.
Yes, as soon as I'm ready, I call Linus, he comes out, gets them all installed, and that's phase 1.
Okay.
Okay, phase 2 would be the clubhouse.
Okay.
Okay, getting that done. So the guard shed can see it without going on a separate internet channel to view it. That's the whole problem, is that the guard shed cannot see the compound.
Right.
Because of either it's an internet issue, a computer issue, it doesn't want to talk to each other. The system is a residential, camera system that's not geared for long-range internet use. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So this is so that the whole vision, Pete's back there right now, and so goes Rich. The vision of this is that one monitor can see the gate, one monitor can see the compound, and one monitor can see the clubhouse. That way the whole compound, the whole park is viewed through the guard shed.
Right. And
that's the goal.
And I understand that. I just think that and I don't want to speak for him, but I think it was he thought you guys were putting the cart before the horse. So I wanted to make sure that I stated that everything's going to be done in sequential order before they're.
That's correct. Yeah, once I got the cable ran and I'll give him a call, say, okay, come on in and get it done. But we need to get it approved, so at least give him a call to get it done.
Because my big concern is too, when you purchase it says 12-month labor warranty, 3-year manufacturer's parts warranty. So we don't want to purchase it until it's ready to go in.
Right, and we're not gonna, right. Right, and that's what we're doing, we're approving it tonight, not to purchase it until he's ready.
This price for us until he's ready.
Yes, because it is an actual quote that they gave us. And this is the same, but... Okay, and this is the same company that we use for everything else. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
You ready to vote?
I am. No, we're not. We haven't. That's what we just, with the discussion now, yeah. So, all in favor of approving, oh, sorry. No, you didn't put in a
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
okay.
I'll do it at the end.
No.
She can do it in member comments.
You can do it at, right, you can, right, at member comments. Yeah, I thought you meant, sorry, Ruth. Okay. Okay. All in favor of approving the quote for Lioness Security to upgrade the cameras and the DVRs at the RV compound for $2,550.60? All in favor? 68 cents. All in favor? Aye. Richard voted yes.
Next on the agenda is renewal of QuickBase software upgrade of product. QuickBase is the program used at the administration office which keeps track of all resident information. The plan renews in July with upgrades that will streamline processes within the administration office. Recommendation: to move forward and approve the renewal of QuickBase software. I make a motion that we go forward and approve the renewal and upgrade of QuickBase software for $21,900. Do I have a second?
Yeah, is this the same outfit that we've been dealing with right along? And have we checked into other resources to see if there's something comparable that's not $22,000 a year? That just seems like, I thought at first when I looked at it, it was for, for a couple, 2-3 years. It's for 12 months. So if you divide 12 months into 22, it's expensive.
Yeah, we implemented the QuickBase back in 2022.
Okay.
And it was $24,200 then.
So it's actually gone down $3,000 since then. I mean, it's gone up. No, it's gone down.
Gone down.
Right.
We put in, or the board at that time put that in because Access that we had crashed on us.
Oh.
And this is the system they went with.
Okay.
To keep everything together in Brookridge.
Okay.
With this new update, they'll also have what's called fast field with it. That'll make everybody's job more efficient, streamlined, and once they get everything in there and updated, hopefully this will eliminate gates entry because we'll be able to do it on our own.
I just feel that I feel that that's an awful lot of money, and that maybe we should research and see if we couldn't find something else. We have until, what is this, July, in order to be able to update it.
That would entail getting an entire new software company and purchasing a new license. Because when you have a software, you have to purchase the license from them. And a license is a lot of money. And we're not talking just like the admin side, like we're talking code, we're talking everybody. So we would have to purchase a new license, go through a whole new conversion from what we have in there to convert it over, to find a compatible software that would convert, do the conversion, and then also have to get all brand new training.
Right.
So,
correct.
Also with the QuickBase program, they're in the process of updating our accounting software from QuickBooks Desktop to QuickBooks Online. These are both cloud-based programs, and they will work together. With the new bookkeeping program, it will link right into the bank, so everything will be more efficient, streamlined, and make it a lot easier for the employees.
Right, and also it goes to the protection of the computers. Right now, we are upgrading, which was long overdue, especially to the QuickBooks, and this will all go coincide with one another as far as the compatibility. And so when someone comes in and brings in their, it will eliminate a lot of trips to the bank and things like that. It will go straight to the bank. So when you're looking at software, you're looking at a lot of components to it. But the biggest thing is the purchase of the license to run it.
Right, and I understand that. I'm hearing some of these newer updates that you're talking about that will streamline, and at the same time, we're talking about the county being hacked. So I'm kind of concerned about how the streamline is going to go down and protect the community from that kind of activity, considering the fact that a lot of the people here pay their HOAs or any other fees. They do it with their bank. So their banking information needs to be protected.
Right.
But so I'm wondering what our protection is as far as...
The county was not a closed system.
Okay, so
that's how it got hacked.
Okay, so this is a closed system.
This is a closed system.
Okay.
There's only certain people that have access to the system.
Okay.
Right. The county is not a closed system, and it was, you know, because of all the different places in the county. It's not closed. I can tell you from working at the county, my system that we operate on is a closed system.
It's a federal system.
Right, we were not affected, but because we were linked with the county, we got shut down also.
Correct.
Okay, but when we was restored, all our information is fine, because we are separate.
Right.
And it was closed. This is a closed system. We would never agree to buy anything other than a closed system, if that makes
Well, it makes perfect sense to do that. It's just that when I looked at the price tag, I hadn't seen anything that substantiated that amount of money for a 1 year period of time.
Right, but the amount of work that the system can handle is enormous.
Right.
And Arlene, since you operate the system, did you want to say anything on a little snippet?
Okay, you guys, if you don't mind, okay. So, so in the admin office, we used to use Access for all of our resident information. And this includes resident info, barcodes, all of the ACC applications, violations, and the ABRC. Access was an obsolete database with no technical support. There were constant issues with Access. We started looking for a new program in July 2021 and finally found something, QuickBase, in June of 2022. We contracted with them then. Countless hours were spent on the phone and in Zoom meetings. Their tech built QuickBase to somewhat mirror our Access program. We then renewed our plan with them in July of 2023 with the basic package. We went live with QuickBase in October of 2023. There have been some bumps along the way, but it has worked out. We do meet weekly with the technical support team and monthly with the CSRs and monthly with the regional manager. They did inform us of the upcoming renewal as well as a pipeline called Fastfield, which will streamline the reports for the ABRC and the violations that code enforcement does. We can also use Fastfield at the guardhouse, which would potentially replace Gate Sentry. We are also working on getting QuickBooks Online instead of QuickBooks Desktop, and through a pipeline, QuickBase and QuickBooks Online will be able to communicate. It is a cloud-based system, which we mentioned, and QuickBase is also very versatile. There are many reports that we can download into Excel, which can also save time.
That is a lot, thank you, but I continue to hear the nightmare stories about the barcodes. I keep hearing different things from the community members about not being able to gain access to their information or not being able to get their barcodes updated or their barcodes didn't work. I'm just kind of wondering how that's going to streamline for $21,900. You know? So the barcodes are, but you just said it would streamline the barcodes.
Okay.
So
The barcode entry, like the actual, like I come in and I get a new car, so I get a barcode. That goes into the QuickBase system. Okay, the actual barcode that reads it, that's actually a program called QC. And that's what we're having issues with, and our IT guy, he's working on that.
And is that a part of this?
It's not.
No.
It's
Okay,
not.
so that's a separate
That's a
entity
separate
all by
entity,
itself.
right. Right, we used to have DSX, and when that actually got hit by lightning, and because of that, we had to get rid of DSX, and now we have I think it's the right word, QC, SEE. And that's what runs the barcodes, that's what opens the arm, once it reads your barcode, etc.
Okay, I feel personally that even if they do update, because I know it would be too late in the year to be able to do anything for it now, considering the fact this is taking place in July, but it updates every year. So I strongly think that we should probably be looking for alternative ideas between now and next July. So, but I do understand the need for having it right now. So thank you.
Richard, you have a question?
Yeah, I noticed on this draft copy that I got, which I downloaded, it says it has a 5 gig application space that uses 5 gigs on all the computers that it'll be put on, however many that might be that you guys use. So it uses quite a bit of storage to start out with for the program itself, applications. And then it says 200 gigabyte attachment space. How are computers that this is going to be on, are they expandable, or are they a terabyte or more of memory in those computers? And will they run a fast speed with this system? Are they new enough computers that they'll handle this well?
We're running it now, so we don't have any problem. And when we did speak to them too about updates and upgrading, they did tell us, and we contacted our IT guy, Greg, he did tell us that we do have enough space too. And the good thing is too, it's cloud-based and it backs up. So God forbid, everyone's concerned about hacks, of course, and the county, of course, the county keeps coming up. But if something like that would happen to us, right, QuickBase would be able to restore our data, but probably, maybe a day of interruption, that's it. So, but we do have enough space in our computers, yes.
And the cloud is a part of this, okay, and there's a limit on the extended, the cloud doesn't go forever. So there's a limit to that. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Arlene did explain it. There is plenty of room on the computers. They talked to the IT person. Plus, this is a cloud-based program. But the computer person said there was plenty of room.
So if we have any bugs or problems, are they going to stick around for a while to make sure that we don't have any bugs or anything? For a certain amount of time, they're going to give us...
Yes, because they have ongoing training and ongoing support.
We do, and if you guys noticed on here, we have the subscription plan summary. Right. It has business user, that's us, that's everybody in the office. And it does say 20 business users. We don't have 20 business users, there's only maybe 7 of us, but potentially we do have the space. If more employees came in, we could add them on. And then where it says the essential enablement service package, my phone call before that I ran out, I just wanted more of an explanation. What that is basically, is that's the quick-based team. Okay, that's Tracy, who does the training, Christine, she's our CSR, who we meet with, Malcolm, he's the IT guy that we meet with weekly if we need to, Sergio, he's actually the one that originally built the app for us, and then there's Alex. Alex is the regional manager. So that is their part of the plan, the Essential Enablement Service Package. And then the fast failed users, it says 10. Again, we don't have 10 people, but this again opens it up if we do have more employees. That's pretty much, it would be the guard shack, the tablets, if we went with that. The night drivers, for example, instead of having to write down, we have the daily log sheets, the nightly log sheets, instead of having to write down, parked on grass at an address, in the tablet, they would put down, just type in address 1234 Main Street, right? Hit enter, and then the next day, whoever's doing it, right now it's Norma, who's ever doing it, she would just get an email saying, hey, you have these many violations or these many issues, and then she could sprint from there. But,
Right. Richard, does that answer your question? Okay. It would be capital improvement. Mary? Okay, we still have some. Mary, we have yours and Val Stratton. Oh, you're over there. Okay.
Mary Story, Unit 6. Where do you plan on taking funds from, the $21,000?
Arlene, did you have a discussion with Jim on that?
I did not.
Okay. Did you happen to? No? Okay. And Jim is not here.
Okay, well, in July of '23, you took these funds out of the reserves. This is not a reserve account. It is not on the reserve study. It's actually line item 537. I don't know. In general operating. So this money really needs to come out of general operating. And in essence, you need to go back to July of 2023, and the $14,900 that was removed from reserves really needs to be taken out of general operating and put back into reserves. This is not an item that falls under reserve categories. It's not a component in our reserve study that we spent $10,000. Why also did it go up $7,000? In July of last year, we only paid $14,900, and now we're looking at almost $22,000. What is the $7,000 increase? It's a lot of money. I know you said it could be expanded to 20 people, it could be expanded to 10. Do we really need to have that capability of expanding it that much for a cost difference? We're outlaying a lot of money this year, this community. Is it a program that could be expanded to 10 people? Because at this rate, Gate Century also has to be renewed in July or August. This mic is terrible. You're probably not going to have this up and running, so we're going to be spending $21,000 for something that we can't necessarily get rid of Gate Century, because it may take 6 months, 9 months to turn it over. So is it really worth spending this extra money right now to convert this over this way if we're still going to have Gate Century? Does anybody have any answers? I mean, I know you can't answer the financial end of it because Jim is not here. We do definitely need to look into reverting that money back, but I really...
Have you talked to, did you bring this up at your finance meeting?
No. We didn't know anything about these charges, and I only looked back once I saw it on the agenda, okay? And it's sometimes things being brought up at the Finance Committee, Debbie, I'll be honest with you, they also need to be brought up here at the meetings, so that the residents are aware of what's going on also in the development. It's not just a case for the Finance Committee to only know it, but it's also a case where the residents should be aware of this also. But I would like to know exactly what the 7,000 is and make sure that we revert this money back from last year.
Arlene told me that the $14,640 from 23 was just a team's package, where the one for 21.9 is with upgrades, more hours, more IT support, QuickBase and QuickBooks will be able to talk to each other through pipelines.
Linda, the 14,000 had to be last year's renewal. Okay, because it
Correct.
was in July. Okay, so you're saying it was just for something different, you just said. What I'm saying is we should also just possibly look into the fact, do we want to do this expansion at this time if we're not ready to convert over to Gates, get rid of Gate Century? That's around the corner. I don't think you're prepared and ready to get rid of Gate Century yet. So should we necessarily spend this extra money right now for something that's may not be able to be implemented for another 6 to 9 months?
But in the way I understood Arlene, the QuickBase and the QuickBooks that we have to upgrade.
Right, basically the difference from last year to this year, we have over here on here, Essential Enablement Service Package. So that's more hours that the QuickBase team will be available for us. Right now, what we have to do is we have an issue, we have to submit a ticket, and then we have to wait. This, it might be something that if we have an issue, they'll maybe to fix it within 2 hours. I know it looks like a lot, but I'm just explaining to you how she explained it to me. And then Fastfield, which would be the code enforcement part of it.
And that's what would include Gate Century, taking over Gate Century. So I'm
Correct,
wondering
yes.
if there isn't a lesser package where we can have some of this, but not necessarily all of it, is what I would ask if we could look into. And if we could definitely let us know that the money has been transferred back to reserves from general operating.
Okay, yeah, I wrote a note about that.
Okay, thank you.
And this is for July, correct?
Right, July 10th is, July 11th is when the renewal is effective.
Val Stratton, Unit 3. Okay, is there a package with maybe 10 business users that's a little more economical? The Essential Enabling Service Package for $6,000. What kind of tech support have we gotten so far?
So, what we did is when we first started with them, we gave access to Sergio. He was the gentleman who did it. We pretty much let him dial in, look at our access program. And he's the one that said, okay, this is how this report looks, this is how you want it to look, and he built the app for us. So that's what we have with him. Right now, what we have is we do meet with the tech support people if we absolutely need to, but they prefer that we do a ticket. But this would be a more, would be a good word, more on-hands approach, a more IT-based approach.
So would this be a situation with, if we're having problems with our bookkeeping or with our programs talking to each other?
Right, no, the bookkeeping would be QuickBooks Online. They would not, QuickBase, too many quicks here. QuickBase would not look at QuickBooks Online. If we were having a problem, if we're having a problem running a report on QuickBooks, no.
Okay, so QuickBooks, so when a person gets fined or suspended, that's through QuickBase?
QuickBase, correct.
So that's different than QuickBooks.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
They used to actually be the same company and they split off. That's why they both have the quick in the front.
Got it.
Right, like, you know,
And-
he worked, okay.
Okay, and this fast field user thing,
Right.
so $2,700 for our, is it for 2 lieutenants to use?
Well, it would be the night drivers. They would have a tablet that would include tablets also.
So how many,
And then tablets at the guard shack, because that would include the Gate Century, well, our version of Gate Century through Fast Field. So I believe it's either 4 or 5 tablets included.
okay, because I'm, again, like Catherine, I'm a little concerned because we have programs now that we just can't get working with barcodes and things like that, and I'm sure we've had programs in the past. So I want to pose this question. What kind of program do management companies use? Can we do some research into what do the big boys use? And is it, if it's this and this is what they're paying, well, that's one thing. But if they're using, you know, Dynamics 365 or something else, you know, just picking names out of the air there. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to look at that. And if this product doesn't work, because so far we have this product, right? And would we say that it's working? It is working.
We've been using it in the office and the code enforcement since October of '23. And as I indicated earlier, I mean, there have been a few bumps along the road, there have been a few, you know, tweaks here and there, but as far as the employees go, everyone's probably 97% happy.
Okay, because this is a huge cost, and it wasn't given to the budget committee to put in the budget, so it is a concern.
I could just tell you from experience with renewing for your computer software and things like this, $21,000 nowadays for software is nothing. It's pretty reasonable considering what is out there and what you have to pay for the different types of programs. And you always want to have to pay for more users than you have, because there comes if you come to that point where you have to add another person, that is a costly measure in itself. So you always leave extra hanging for an addition in your software. Software is not, it's just not cheap. And it's not cheap to have to call someone and get help over the phone. They have to remote in. I take it, Arlene, they have the capability of remoting into the computer, fixing it right there, or showing you something right there, like all other software. And it's just, software is just very expensive when you buy it. It's just not cheap. You're paying not only for that IT, you're paying for program developers, you're paying for this, you're paying for that. And those people that have those degrees are not coming cheap anymore. They're coming very expensive. You're talking 6 figures for a salary nowadays. And it depends on the level of programming knowledge that they have. And they're the ones that actually have to get behind here and fix the problems that you're having. Plus they have to put the updates on and update the programs and fix the bugs. So personally, I don't look at this as expensive. Not in today's world with software. But that's That's my feeling on it. You want to use it?
And I know from past experience with my job, anytime something went through, not as extensive as this is today, but anytime we would have to call into the company, you know, even if you're on the phone for 15 minutes, they charge you the hour. So and this is going back years ago, and it came to be very, very expensive. But with the technology and everything that we have today, and the users that Brookridge, our people are using, the guard check and code enforcement and the administration building, that's a lot. It's a lot of information for one, you know, for one unit to go into. And unless you're really savvy on the computer systems and the programs that go into it, if you don't know, it could be very mind-boggling, and I know that for a fact. But yes, it does seem a lot, but when you take into consideration how much information goes into these systems, and remember, it's not a small community. You have over 4,000 people living here, and cars coming in and out. You talk about gates entry. All of this takes time to figure out, and it's just like, you know, again, last week somebody hit the gate again. You could put up as many stop signs as you want. You could put up as many bumps, but if they just don't pay attention, fortunately they got the person that did it, that they're going to have to pay for it. But you know what? That doesn't solve the problem here. And until we figure out what the hell is going on with these gates, unless, you know, we could put an iron gate up there, now you got to hit it, you ain't going to hit it, but as far as the systems, as far as these, the computer systems, very technical, they're very precise, needs a lot of time, and like I said, if you call, you have it in your contract, I mean, they can charge you anywhere from a couple of $100 an hour just to listen to your problem over the phone. Better be safe than sorry. I know when we look at these figures, but you know what? Unless you're into that kind of business, you don't know. We know. So we all try and save money, but sometimes you got to spend it to make sure that things are going to run right, hopefully, in the future.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that I heard that, Arlene, you can check to see if there are lower programs, so it would give us the opportunity to look at other programs before July of 2025, correct? My stance on this is that I think $21,900 is, and I understand IT is expensive, I do, but you're talking about coordinating and trying to bulk up several different services onto this. I'm kind of wondering, I'd just like to be able to make sure that things are going to be more streamlined, not only for the staff that utilize them, but for the people that don't utilize them, that are sitting here trying to figure out what we're all talking about. I just think that one of the lower baseline ones would work and has been working, and then Gates Entry is coming up for renewal. There's nothing we can do about that if they overlap, so that's going to be extra funding that we'd wind up putting out. I think that we should take that year, find them, get some sort of a program that will at least be compatible to what we have now, and then work on coming up with another resolution before July of 2025.
What I'm concerned though is if we do go with a lower program, lower package, then when we find out that it's not working and we have to upgrade it to another package, to a higher level package, then we're going to be faced with more cost. That's one of the things that I'm concerned about.
But we have the baseline now that we have, and that seems to be working. It sounds to me like there are other programs that want to be able to be streamlined into this. So instead of doing all of that, take that year that we have, go with what we have now or something comparable to that, even if we have to pay a little bit extra than over the 14, and then start looking at alternative options for 2025. I just think it's a huge thing, especially for the community, and a hit like that at 20, that kind of money. Maybe we should rethink that and see what else is available out there, especially talking about Gates Entry, and if they are going to be, not renewing their contract as of 2025, that way we could put something else in place that would cover that.
Well, I can't tell you, QuickBooks, the way it is right now, is just not working. It's definitely not working. It is extremely outdated. And in fact, when one person is in QuickBooks, no one else can get in and do their job because it is so outdated.